All of my life I've been just plain folk, and I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. That's right, that's me. That's right, that's me. Well, after work I get to drinking, hit the bars up and down Lincoln Avenue. I get all dressed up so I look real kitschy, just to hide the fact I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. You think I'm laughing, but it ain't no joke. All of my life I've been just plain folk, and I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. Well, I got this problem, you know. It ain't no jive. I'm having a crisis of confidence. I can't take 9 to 5. She tells me I'm inconsiderate. I'm a luxury she can't afford. And I try to tell her, honey, it ain't that you don't rate. It's just that I am burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. You think I'm laughing, but it ain't no joke. All of my life I've been just plain folk, and I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. That's right. Give me to it with me one time on the espresso. Yeah. Well, everything's all relative. That's what they say. But I've been trying to find my relatives anyway. I got a master's in physics, I'm a science whiz, and look at all the things that I have turned out. I spend all day doing someone else's business, and all I got to show for it is I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. You think I'm laughing, but it ain't no joke. All of my life I've been just plain folk, and I'm burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. Burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. Burned out, bored, bitchy and broke. Bitchy and broke, bitchy and broke, bitchy and broke. Yeah. Thank you. That's right. That's right. I mean, like, wow, like, maybe I ought to try me a straight job, you know, and work 9 to 5 every day. Spend an illusion called security while the government zaps my pay, till I can barely make it through another week. But I can barely make it through anyway. So why not have me a good time? I need a crisis in my life. I need a crisis in my life, folks, really. Something to really bring me down. Something to zap that lousy rotten grin off my face and replace it with an awkward frown. Something to take away all my self-confidence and fill me up with stress and strife, so I could take this whole thing more seriously. I need a crisis in my life. Oh, a crisis. I mean, maybe I ought to try me a relationship, you know, and find out what love is really all about. Spend half my time trying to fit it all in, and the other half trying to work it out. Then I could get me one of them there rejections, you know, and live a life of shame and guilt and doubt. But that just seems like a hell of a bore. I need a crisis in my life. I need a crisis in my life. Something to really bring me down. Something to zap that lousy rotten grin off my face and replace it with an awkward frown. Something to take away all my self-confidence and fill me up with stress and strife, so I could take this whole thing more seriously. I need a crisis in my life. A crisis. Well, if you've been having some bad times lately, hey, why don't you wipe them off on old Uncle Dave for a while? I mean, you know, I love a challenge. I think that challenges are what give life its grace and style. Oh, but then if things have been going, normal, nothing really wrong or nothing really right, well, I know a surefire remedy. How about a crisis in your lives tonight? How about it, a crisis in our lives? Something to really bring us down. Something to zap that lousy rotten grin off our faces and replace it with an awkward frown. Something to take away all our self-confidence and work us up with stress and strife, so we could take this whole thing more seriously. We need a crisis in our lives. We need a crisis in our lives. How about a crisis in our lives? All right.